Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 88 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I am taking a look at my mob spawning age. Let's go see how we made out last episode and what we want to work on this episode. Basically, last episode we got the following contraption set up. Number one, we've got the mining lasers going. These guys are on turtles, and the turtles can easily fire and shoot at whatever is in front of them simply by receiving a redstone signal. And secondly, we got the other setup going, the portal gun. High energy pellets. Simply apply a redstone signal there and boom. Anything caught inside those things dies pretty much instantly. But I kind of feel like I could go with another death method. Yeah, at least one more. I might even want to go with two more if I really want to get fancy. Ha! That's so cool. All right, so what I'm thinking is maybe something along the lines of Tesla coils. Definitely have some people wanting to see those Tesla coils come into play here, so I am going to do it. You know, I got to do what the people want, you know. So let's do it. Tesla coils are not going to be too bad to set up, and the good news is we've definitely got some energy already happening in that world. So let's pop into our house and start working on making some Tesla coils. Shouldn't be too hard. You can see here the Tesla coil recipe just requires an MV transformer, an electronic circuit, and a few refined iron. I'll take care of these things off camera for you guys because I don't think you need to see it, and I'll be back in just a moment. And with a quick click of the button, we've got the Tesla coil. Excellent. Now, how am I for fiber cabling? I could probably use more of that. So let's craft up, I don't know, 30 of it or so. That shouldn't be a problem. Thank you very much. And what else will I want to have? Definitely some red alloy wire. I think we've got extra in here, so that should be enough of that. All right, so red alloy wire, Tesla cables, glass fiber cables, Tesla coils. I think I've got everything I need. Let's go see how our power supply is doing because we're definitely pumping a lot of juice into those turtles. I want to make sure we have enough of a surplus ready to go for the Tesla coils that we're going to place in here. Now, Tesla coils are from Industrial Craft, of course, and they can blast things in a radius of about 4 blocks. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away it can hit from. So hey, look how perfect this works out. Haha. The Tesla coil can hit everything in this room. So I'm just gonna need a minute here while I break some things, cause some problems by dismantling some of the lights. How are we for light levels in this room? Enough to make bad guys spawn. That's okay, they'll be dead soon. Let's go downstairs for a moment and rewire some things. There we go. So I just happened to tap into, oh boy. All right, back to building. What do we got to go down here, right? Excellent. Let's hope that I don't lose my connection again when I fall. That would be bad. That's like a terrible time for that to happen. There we go. Relit. All right, so the goal here, of course, being that we're going to want to run some of the cabling like this. All right, so let's replace our Tesla coils. Looks like we had a little bit of a rollback there in that crash. Guess that's the hazards of doing things the way I do them on a server. But trust me, it makes it easier for me to record. All right, there we go. So the goal here being, of course, let's hook up some glass fiber cabling first. Now this absolutely has to be connected to the block itself, but we don't have to worry about that with the red alloy wire. So what we can do is run the glass fiber cable like that, and then the red alloy wiring can be right next to it, like this. Now I'm going to pretty this whole thing up in a little bit. Don't worry about that. There we go. Beautiful. So let's see, we're probably going to wire this up to this button again, or we can go frequency 45 again, or something along those lines. Yeah, let's borrow this wireless thingy. Because in the end, I want this all to be controllable by something really fancy and cool, a computer. I think that'll look awesome. So frequency 45 is the one we've got hooked up there. Let's rotate this thing. It should be in my bag. There we go. One of these days, I'm going to drop that bag in the void. Mark my words. It'll be terrible and I'll hate it. So 45 set. Okay. So that should be close to what I need to get this thing up and running. Now, how am I for power? I was going to run the power through here because it can accept medium voltage. So why don't we just do that? There we go. Medium voltage. We'll let this guy come through. Let's just do this. How's this look? There we go. That should be supplying power nicely now. How is this thing doing power-wise? It's struggling a little bit, but it should be okay. And it should prioritize, because the way I have it wired here, it should split first on the MV transformer, and it should prioritize the Tesla coils. And they do have a limit to how much they can hold, so they'll just fill up and be good to go, right? And then the turtles here, they don't really have a limit. They'll just keep filling up with the charge station. So hopefully, because this thing is going to have a priority on the Tesla coils, we shouldn't have a problem. Now, one thing I do want to check. Let's fly down here. Will this hurt me if I'm standing right here? Yeah, it does. All right, so number one, that means the Tesla coils are working. Number two, I have to get a little further back. Like I said, it's 4 blocks away. And this Tesla coil right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm standing like right here, I should be okay. Correct. But if I'm like right up against the glass, like right next to it, that'll hurt a little bit. So that means that we're in good shape, right? That shows the 4 block range on this thing. So I think we're cool. So let's give the Tesla coils a test. I'm going to flip the lights off here. Oh, look, we got spiders already. Beautiful. That's what I want to see. I love it when they spawn immediately because it just means everything's working great. Let's go a little bit of a ways away. Pop through the portal there. You know, far enough back that we'll be sure that these things are spawning in there, and a few more spiders. We'll just give it a few more seconds, and I'll be right back once we've got a few mobs saved up in there. All right, so we've got a few things in there ready to kill. What's up, everybody? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's do this way. I was going to do it, and then I said, you know what? It would be cooler to watch them die, and they're going to be dead by the time I hit that button and turn around. So let's get this thing. 45. Fire. Nice. Look at that. Man, those Tesla coils are nasty. You don't want to mess with those guys. So we've got 3 methods of killing guys now. We can light them on fire and burn them to death with our lasers. We can blast them and destroy their particles with particle accelerators. And of course, we can zap them with some nasty electricity and kill them with our Tesla coils. Wow, that is cool. And that thing just kills so fast. It's amazing. I love it. Tesla coils are definitely some of my favorite ways to kill things. Now, I did have one more idea on methods of killing things, but I think I'd like to jump away from that for just a minute and get everything I need to make this a better control system. I mean, levers and buttons are cool, but touchscreen monitors, even better. So why don't I set you guys up with a touchscreen monitor that's going to just sit right here. It's a nice, perfect 4x3. So this will be the monitor right here that's going to control all the things in this room. And then as I add things to this room, because believe me, we've got a couple more cool things to do, I'm definitely going to need some more expansion available. And, you know, just too many buttons and levers in the end is not going to be feasible. We're going to need a lot better control. So how about I go get a couple ingredients, and I'll be right back. All right, so step 1, get yourself some advanced computers. I'm going to grab 2. I'm pretty sure I just need 1 for this build, but never hurts to grab an extra. Grab a dozen monitors here. That should be good. So that's probably all we're going to need out there. Now, the other thing I want to grab is some wireless receivers. I've already got 1 out there, and I'm going to bring 2 more along with me. Cool. How am I doing for resources? I knew I asked for 3. Stone wire. Okay. I got to teach the system how to make stone wire at some point, but now... Wrong one. Alright, I'll get this worked up. And there we go. Stone wire, done and done. Alright, I can probably put away my glass fiber cable. Don't think I need much more of that. Let's head out into the age of mob spawners, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into with these things. Now, the key here is something that's very interesting and useful. And I'm going to break through the wall for a moment just to demonstrate this right here. I'm going to have to borrow you. Okay, let's take a look. There are components of wireless redstone that allows a computer to interact with a wireless redstone component using the peripheral system. So, for example, I can jump into Lua here and do a peripheral wrap like that. And that's going to connect to the back of the computer and interact directly with the wireless redstone component. And then what I can do is the following. I believe it's set frequency, let's do 45. Ta-da! Notice now that we're on frequency 45. Nice. I'm surprised I remembered that that was the correct command. All right, now I have to remember the command to turn on the frequency. All right, there probably isn't one. I just need to do redstone dot set output on the back to true. Ta-da! We're now outputting a redstone signal. So the redstone.setOutput back true is just the basic computer craft command of outputting a redstone signal on the back. But because the wireless redstone is connected to it, it's working. Now if I want to turn it off, obviously, I can do this. False. Boom. And if I want, I can set frequency to something different, like 46. And ta-da, now we're set to frequency 46. So we can interact directly with the wireless redstone using these computer commands, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the computer craft computer interact directly with the wireless transmitter, and then I'm going to have wireless transmitters set up for all this cool stuff. So for example, I'm going to go over here and switch this guy, probably make him 46, like that. All right, let's see, I do still have my screwdriver on me, so that's important. So we'll set this frequency to Teslas. Set name. Okay, so 46 will be our Tesla frequency. This will be back to 45. Fire the portal bomb. You like where this is going? I hope so. See? Always have gravity suit or some form of flight. Very important, trust me. You over here? We're going to wire you up like so. Now, I don't have to do wireless frequency. I could use bundled cabling, but I think you guys have seen me do that in the past, and the concept of wireless and you know, computers just seems cool to me. I mean, obviously, I'm only going a few blocks here, so wireless frequencies aren't totally necessary, but whatever. Mob spawn lasers. Sounds like a good name. Frequency 47. Excellent. 47, 46, 45. I guess the other frequency, we're going to want to break you. And we'll probably just set this thing right here. $44. That sounds like a good number. Lights on. We'll just call it mob spawner lights. There we go. Oh, right. I got rid of all my smooth stone. That's okay. We'll snag some from right here. Just a little bit. Cool. So now, because we don't want mobs spawning in here endlessly, let's make sure that we keep the lever control on, at least until we have the computer control set up. So we'll go ahead and put our wireless transmitter for now. We'll just make this frequency 44. And the lights should be on. Beautiful. And if I want to kill everything by way of Teslas, go ahead, explode. There we go. Got him. Just took a second. Cool. So we're in good shape here. So next step is to make this computer controlled, and then we'll work on collecting all the items by way of some contraption. I'm not telling you just yet how we're going to do it. You're going to have to wait and see. All right, be right back. Need to configure everything the way I want it to be. You know, guys, somebody once told me that a good developer does not write good code. A good developer copies good code. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to sneak over here and find my computer. There it is. I figured it would be right there. And I'm going to go ahead and paste bin the program that I made earlier. I believe it was mob control. Ta-da! Now, Mob Control is a program that I wrote earlier on in the season that creates buttons and does certain things based on those buttons. And there's no sense in reinventing the wheel. So what I'm going to do is just modify the paste bin that I just put up there, the Mob Control program, and, get it going. And just as easily as that, I have the mob spawn program right here. Paste binned it up and then paste binned it down so that I've got it easily copied from one point to the other. Now, if you wanted to and you didn't want to use pastebin, or if you didn't have the HTTP API enabled, you could use disk drives. Not a problem. So you've got the Computer Craft disk drive and all the floppy disks you could want. They're real easy to make, so you could easily copy programs one to the other. But for me, I find pastebin to be quicker and easier, and then I can easily tweak stuff. So let's edit mob spawn here. Now, I know Lots of people don't like lots of code in the program, so I'm not going to be doing a lot of that. I'm going to, kind of tweak things a little bit. Let me talk through what my plan is. Then I'm going to go do the coding itself, and then I'll come back and show you guys everything in progress. So, real quick, we've got, the loading of the API, the button API. Then we have the table here. This function creates the buttons that we've got on the screen. So you can see the sheep, place mobs, and remove mobs button. And it tells you which function to call whenever one of those is clicked. And you can see here that, we go ahead and get the click, and if we click on place, then we do that. If we click on remove, we do that. And if we click on shear, we do that. So obviously these things are going to change. And that's what I'm going to do right now off screen is I'm going to go ahead and change the code in the program so that it does exactly what I want. You can also see that I set up WR is wrapping the peripheral on the bottom of the computer. That's where I'm going to have my wireless redstone thing. All right. Programming away. I'll be right back. All right, guys, now it occurs to me that because of the way this works, so we're constantly emitting a redstone signal, right, on or off, but we want to make sure that that redstone signal is not going to be dependent on one or two things. So basically, we've got two components we need to control. Number one, the lights, and number two, the offensive weapons. Now, we need these to be independent of each other, so we want to make sure that, we're sending the right information. So if we were to have just one of these wireless transmitters here set up, well, we might be in trouble. Why? Because the wireless transmitter we've got set up here, if we were to, for example, turn the lights on, right, and then, that would send the redstone signal. But then if we wanted to activate the Tesla coils, for example, the Tesla coils, it would change the frequency here, which would then turn the lights off. So we want one of these guys set up to transmit the frequency for the lights to be on, and then the other one is the one we're going to change regularly to transmit the frequency for the offensive weapons. So let's jump back into mob spawn. You can see that I've already started work on this little program. So let's just run it real quick so you guys can see what it looks like. Cool, right? So I'm just, tweaking the size of the buttons and making sure things look cool and stuff like that. But for now, we should ideally have this set up so that I can just right-click on stuff. I haven't added, the actual program stuff yet, but we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so now I've set up the lights button. It's real simple. I right-click on the lights button, it turns green, and it sends the redstone signal, which would normally turn on the lights. Don't forget I've got a lever back here maintaining this regularly. So let's just turn this off. We don't need that for the time being. And so check it out, right? So the lights are still on. Hit the button, and the lights go off. Hit it again, and the lights go on. Cool, right? Yeah, I love this stuff. All right, I'm done geeking out on the lights button. Now I'm going to set up the other buttons. And just in case you guys are really interested in how this works, it's super simple using my button API. The program lights is real easy. It is toggle the button, so switch it from red to green and green to red. Now here's the tricky part. You ready? I set the redstone output on the right to the opposite of what it's currently set to. So I say on the right, take whatever the current output is and reverse it. That's what the not does. So if it's currently true, it makes it false. If it's currently false, it makes it true. Makes it super easy. So now that we've got this part working, and do keep in mind, one of the nice things about computers is until they're reset, they'll maintain their redstone state. So even though the program is not running at the moment, I'm currently editing it, it's still emitting that redstone signal on the right. So until I reboot the computer or break and replace, it's still going to keep emitting that redstone signal. So I have it on right now, I'll leave it on, and then when I launch the program, we'll be pretty much good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and set this guy down on the bottom, and then I'm going to write the code for the buttons right here. So let's get a cracking. All right, next up we've got lasers. Boom, look at that. As soon as I click the button, they fire. How cool. And note we're only getting one firing because we're not using buttons anymore, so that's pretty cool. All right, now on to the next couple buttons. And of course, it turns green while it's firing and then flicks back to red, which I love. All right, looks like we're ready to test this thing. So let's see. If I turn the lights off, working good. Turn the lights on, off, on. There we go. Lasers, please, go. Nice. Particle accelerators? Got them. Beautiful. I love it. And then I guess there's really only one more test, and that would be Teslas. Go Teslas, go. Why, click Tesla. Alright, I must have derped something up. I named it wrong, I'm sure. Tesla becomes Teslas. Make sure to spell your stuff right, guys. Otherwise, you get problems. Alright, I also made sure that on startup, it makes the light green, and it turns on the lights, so that if this program runs on startup, the lights default to on. Teslas, go. Nice. Looks like we're going to need 2 zaps for those brainy zombies. We'll have to wait a few seconds for the recharge. Oh, there's 2 in there. Look at that. Another Tesla, please. Got him. Beautiful. And I guess that guy is hiding off on the side, so particles. Haha, that's cool. Alright, I made this the startup program so that it's always ready whenever I enter this world, and I'm going to seal it up. So now we've got, look at that, coolness, right? So turn on and off the lights with the computer. Should get some mobs spawning. Oh, there they are. And then we can zap them with Tesla coils if we want. Haha! Awesome. Look at that. We've got all the loot in here to get. Now, of course, if I wanted to, I could just keep this thing turned off and create a bunch of, soul shards to spawn enemies with. That would probably be a little bit faster and more fun. And I actually might build up some soul shards and get some skeletons and zombies, something along those lines. We'll see. I'm not positive exactly how I want to do it. Like, I could always flip it so that, the lights turning off also turn on the, traps. We'll see. Maybe mob spawners would be a fun way to make this room even cooler, because it's great that it spawns when it's dark, but if we had some mob spawners in there, like tier 5 style, well, that could be pretty cool. Alright, now that that's working, let's see what we want to get done next. Alright, so I've got a plan for collecting the items, of course. I'd like to use wood golem workers, mostly because these guys are they have a great range on them. They're definitely one of the best, ranged item collection utilities available. Now, there's a problem that I'm pretty much ready for, but I do want to do a little bit of testing with these guys on camera with you to demonstrate how I'm going to have a problem and how I'm going to solve said problem. So let's see what we've got. If I put down a chest, like right about, I'm going to have to probably place it out here. This is where the chest is going to have to be, and the golem is going to have to hang out right there, okay? How you doing? Oh, okay, I see you're doing that. All right, so you just hang out there, buddy, all right? Don't do too much. Now, here's the deal, right? I'm afraid that my Tesla coils and maybe even some of the other stuff is going to harm him. So if I activate the Teslas right now, it shouldn't hurt him because he's outside that 4-block radius. However, if he is in the room at some point like this, let's see, is he going to collect all that item for me? Yeah, he is. Now, my concern here is I'm curious. Will the Tesla coils kill him in one shot? Oh. Yeah, he's dead. So, yeah, that's my problem, right? Wood golem workers, poor little guy, get zapped by Tesla coils. So what we're going to need to do is make sure that, he's not going to get zapped. All right, so let's come up with a plan on how we can avoid that, and that's why I want to put him back here. What I'm basically thinking, is a piston, right? Piston comes up, blocks this, comes back down, releases it, lets him get out. So I'm pretty sure that, given a piston here, we should not have any problems. So that's going to be what I'm going to start working on this episode, and maybe might have to finish next episode. We're going to have to see. Oh, it's dark out. All right, let me go sleep through the night here. Alright, so I've gone ahead and made another one of these guys. Let's go ahead and test his range. So he should be able to get here. Right? Go get him, little guy. There you go. Nice job. Now, the next question is, can he collect it from there? Is that too far away? Might be. How about here? Here? Really, dude? You can't even get out there? Are you like having line of sight issues, or what's the deal? Wow, you can only go straight over to here. I was really hoping you'd do a little better than that. All right, solution might have an idea. Let's see what happens. I got an idea here. Let's dig into our canvas bag. I'm gonna need my thumb nom nom nom. I don't remember how to make these things off the top of my head. Spectacles! Haha! That allows them to see a little bit better. So we're going to need glass and iron, and I guess we'll also need some vism. All right, how am I for glass in my inventory at the moment? I don't have either of those things. So let's just get a little bit of glass. All right, glass and iron. And 8 vism happens to be nearby somewhere, so I can just make this immediately. Beautiful. Love it. All right. So if we give these guys little spectacles, what kind of range are they going to have? Now, this is how we have to test things out, guys. You get to see my testing process. There you go. You're wearing glasses now? Oh, yeah. You're cool. All right. You can get... oh, nice. You can go all the way over there. Beautiful. Well, all right, what kind of range does this guy really have now? So this was from here, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should be able to reach that. And you can. Good. How about 7? Can you reach that? Oh, wow. Really good range on this thing now. Like, to the point where I'm thinking, can you get all the way? You can't. There's no way you can get all the way over here. Those glasses aren't that good, are they? Okay, good. So that's fine. That's not a problem. Hey there. How's it going? All right, this might actually just be the center of the room, and if that's the case, then we might have found something pretty nice. So we can move him over 1 block, and then we should be able to cover this entire room with just 2 golems, right? That's the plan. Magic wand, please. Right, because this is pretty much like the center of the room right there. Okay, if you look at it that way, right? We've got 1, 2, 3 from there, and we've got 1, 2, 3 from there. So this really is like the center of the room. So if we bump this guy over 1, testing, testing, testing. He's still got his glasses on, so that's good. And you should be able to reach the center of the room, but not the block past it. Oh, look, yeah, he is. Perfect. And he'll probably even go grab that torch. Now I'm going to give that guy speedy upgrade. So speedy glasses, 2 of them. I think that should be good. Might even want, we'll see what else. What's the bow tie give again? They are cool. All right, faster. Good. So if I made 2 speedy golems with bow ties and glasses, they should be zipping all over the place and able to cover the entire room. So this needs to go right in the center of these 2 things over here. So this is why I like to have things nice and evenly spaced out. All right, so if we have our chest right here, and our golem there, now he should be able to reach the center of the room and all the blocks to the right of it. Right? Yes, he can. Wow, those glasses really do upgrade him quite a bit, don't they? Alright, so what I'm going to do next, you got it. Make another golem. Probably want to make him a speedy golem, so I'm going to have to steal you, buddy. So 2 speedy golems with glasses coming right up. Unfortunately, though, guys, it does look like we've hit pretty close to that old wrapping up point. So why don't I just demonstrate for you exactly what we're going to do in the next couple of episodes. So I'm going to grab some of that and some slime balls. Just 2 of you, please. All right, so what we're going to need in the end here, and I'm going to build this next episode, and then we might be getting pretty close to a completed mob spawner's design. But I do want to control this with the computer, so it's going to require a couple tweaks here. Probably, figure something out. But in the end, here's the deal, right? And you know what? I left my guy over here. Let me just grab my wooden golem again just to demonstrate how it's going to eventually work. Because I do need a couple things before I can wrap up this mob collection thing. So like I said, we'll probably get it next episode. But here we go. Wooden golem with spectacles. And you can come through right here. All right, so what we want is the wooden golem with spectacles here. And we're probably going to want, let's see. Don't fall now, Mr. Golem. That would not be cool of you. This. Set up like that, and set up like this. Now the plan here is basically as follows. Let's see, I'm probably going to want to do something that can activate this guy. So let's put a lever right here. Yeah, no, stop it. He was all about to jump, wasn't he? All right, let's do this a little bit safer. I can just go right through. I want you guys to see how it works. So here we go, you ready? I'm going to drop some items on the ground here, and just to be extra safe, let's make sure this guy's nice and trapped. I don't want him sneaking out. So we're going to do this. All right, now he should not be able to get out of here, getting around the chest or anything. I don't want him coming around the outside or some crazy pathfinding thing. Asinor is way too smart for me. All right, so we're going to drop the items on the ground. So let's say we killed a bunch of mobs and there's items all over the place here, right? Now, the golem is safely protected back behind the wall because these Tesla coils can't reach him. And also, even more importantly, neither can the particle accelerator. So Tesla coils, watch, I'm going to go ahead and zap myself. All right, I was still too far away, but you get the point, right? Tesla coils, zap, particle accelerators, nice and safe. They can't get them, right? And now, once I've determined that it's safe for my golem to come in, I will, using the computer, lower this piston, allowing him to go pick up all the items. And then, of course, he'll be speedy, so it'll happen a little bit quicker than that. And then, once he's done, I'm going to go ahead and raise the piston back up. Keep him safe. Not bad, right? Cool. So that's the plan. And that's what we're going to work on next episode. So for now, Direwolf20 signing off on episode 88. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Planning to have this build done at least by episode 90. Might wrap it up next episode. Might want a few more finishing touches just to make it that extra little bit of coolness. And then by episode 90, you'll be able to download this world and play with it. And maybe if you guys are extra specially good, I will go ahead and collect some mob spawner stuff for, I can make it a little bit more enjoyable to watch, because letting mobs spawn in a dark room is one thing, but having tier 5 mob spawners, well, that's a whole nother story. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed it like I said, and take it easy!